You've probably met someone like this. They walk into a room with a dog, and their whole body stiffens. They see a cat on the couch, and their lip curls. They talk about animals with a tone that's not quite hate, but definitely not warmth. And if you're an animal lover, it can feel almost personal, like there's something wrong with them. Or maybe even something wrong with you for caring so much. But here's the uncomfortable truth we're gonna look at today. Not liking animals isn't always a red flag of cruelty. It's not always sociopathy. It's not always they must have been hurt as a child. Sometimes it's just how their psychology is wired. And understanding that wiring doesn't excuse cruelty, but it does explain why some people genuinely feel nothing when they see a puppy, or even feel repelled. So let's break this down layer by layer. Not everyone's empathy system is calibrated the same way. Some people have very high empathy toward humans, but almost zero toward animals. This isn't rare, and it's not a disorder. Studies on empathic concern show a clear split. Some brains prioritize human suffering almost exclusively. Animals simply don't register on their emotional radar. It's not that they're choosing to be cold. They're mirror neurons, the parts that make you wince when someone else stubs their toe, just don't fire when it's a dog or a cat. For them, a kitten in pain is like watching a robot malfunction. They see it, they understand it intellectually, but they don't feel it in their body. Now here's what's interesting. This same person might cry at a movie about human struggle. They might donate to humanitarian causes. They might be deeply compassionate toward friends and strangers. But animals, nothing. It's not hypocrisy. It's just how their empathy is distributed. Think of empathy like a budget. Some people spread it wide. Humans, animals, even plants. Others concentrate it narrowly, only toward those they perceive as like them. And for many people, animals simply fall outside that circle, not out of malice, out of wiring. Now, let's go one level deeper. Some people have a much higher disgust threshold when it comes to animals. Fur, saliva, smells, the way animals lick, shed, or scratch. The odor of wet dog, the texture of a cat rubbing against their leg. For high disgust individuals, these things trigger a visceral nope response before any warmth can even begin. This isn't about morality, it's about biology. Their insula, the brain's disgust center, lights up faster and stronger around pets than most people's does. So, when you see a dog jump on someone and think, cute, they feel a wave of revulsion. It's automatic, it's physical, and it blocks affection before it has a chance to start. Here's an example. Imagine someone offers you a food you find disgusting. Let's say it's something with a texture that makes your stomach turn. Now, imagine someone saying, "But it's so delicious. How can you not love it?" You can't logic your way into enjoying it. Your body is already decided. That's what happens for high disgust people around animals. Their body rejects it before their mind can even weigh in. And no amount of cute puppy videos will override that signal. This next one cuts deeper into psychology. If someone grew up in an environment where emotional needs were ignored, or punished, or inconsistent, they often develop what psychologists call avoidant attachment. They learn early. Closeness equals danger, trust equals risk. Vulnerability equals pain. Now, animals, but especially dogs, demand a kind of unguarded connection. They look at you with those big eyes. They wag when you come home. They lean on you. They want to be near you constantly. For someone with secure attachment, this feels like love. But for someone with avoidant wiring, it can feel suffocating, or manipulative, or just too much. It's like someone standing too close to you when you're not ready. The instinct is to step back, to create distance. Not because they're evil, but because their nervous system is interpreting closeness as a threat. So they push the animal away. They avoid eye contact with the dog. They don't want to hold the cat. And people around them think, "What's wrong with you?" But nothing is wrong. Their system is just protecting them the only way it knows how. Here's another pattern that shows up often. People who dislike animals frequently have a high need for predictability and order. They like things clean. They like things quiet. They like knowing what's going to happen next. Animals are the opposite of that. They bark at nothing. They shed everywhere. They knock things over. They need you on their schedule, feeding, walking, attention. They don't respect boundaries the way humans sometimes do. For someone whose sense of safety comes from control, an animal in the house can feel like an invasion. Not cute, not joyful. Chaos. Think about it this way. Some people relax into unpredictability. A spontaneous trip, a last-minute plan change, a surprise visitor. They find it exciting. Others feel their stress spike the moment the plan shifts. If you're in that second group, an animal isn't a companion. It's a source of constant low-level anxiety. So they reject it, sometimes politely, sometimes harshly. But the root isn't hatred, it's self-preservation. This next one often gets overlooked. Not every culture treats animals the way Western pet culture does. In some parts of the world, animals are working tools, not family members. Dogs guard property, cats control pests. There's no tradition of sleeping with your pet or buying them birthday gifts. Someone raised in that context might find Western pet obsession genuinely confusing. Not inferior, just different. They're not cold. They just have a completely different framework for what animals are for. And when they move through spaces where pets are treated like children, they might feel alienated, or judged, or pressured to perform affection they were never taught to feel. That's not a flaw, that's cultural wiring. Now let's address the part people worry about most. Yes, in some cases, low empathy toward animals can overlap with low empathy toward humans. The same emotional flatness, the same "why should I care" reflex. This is where you sometimes see cruelty emerge, not because animals are hated, but because they're not seen as feeling beings at all. They're objects, toys, tools, obstacles. Research on antisocial personality traits does show a correlation between animal cruelty and broader empathy deficits. But, and this is important, correlation is not identity. Most people who don't like animals are not cruel. They're not hurting anyone. They're just disconnected from that part of the emotional spectrum. The dangerous ones are a small subset. And conflating doesn't like dogs with potential psychopath is unfair and inaccurate. So, what does this mean if you're an animal lover trying to understand someone who isn't? It means their reaction isn't about you. It's not a judgment on your values. It's not proof they're heartless. It's wiring. It's history. It's disgust thresholds and attachment patterns and control needs and cultural backgrounds colliding in ways they may not even fully understand themselves. You don't have to agree with them, but you also don't have to diagnose them. And if you're someone who doesn't like animals and you felt judged for it, hear this. You're allowed to feel what you feel. You don't have to force affection that isn't there. You don't have to pretend to like someone's pet to be a good person. But, and this is the line, you are responsible for not harming, not crossing lines, not using your discomfort as permission to be cruel. Disliking something doesn't give you the right to mistreat it. That's where the ethical boundary sits. So next time you see someone stiffen at the sight of a dog, or roll their eyes at cat videos, or politely decline to pet your golden retriever, try not to rush to, they must be a monster. They might just be wired differently. They might carry a history you can't see. They might be managing disgust or anxiety or attachment patterns that have nothing to do with you or your pet. And sometimes, understanding that difference is the kindest thing we can do. For them. And for ourselves. If this hits somewhere real for you, whether you love animals or don't, drop a comment. Are you team animals or family? Or team I respect them from a distance? No judgment here, just curiosity. Like if this helped you see someone or yourself in a new light. Subscribe if you want more dives into the less comfortable corners of human psychology. Thanks for staying with me. I'll see you in the next one.